Hey all, what's popping? What is popping? It has been a minute since I've been on here. Trust me, we've been working in the backgrounds, we've been building dreams, manifestations, all that kind of good stuff. And I thought, you know what? I thought I need to show myself back on here and like get things back in order because I ain't perfect. We're not perfect around here. So we're doing the best we can with what resources and time we can get things done in. So I'm here today with the full moon reading in Pisces. So if you're new here, or if it's your first time here, which is basically staying me new, or you're existing, then hello, I'm Kalisha Taylor, and I'm the host to the She Awakening podcast, where we talk about all things around here to do with upliftment, empowerment, plant-based nutrition, wellness, self-discovery, healing, because I'm all about supporting women into stepping into their full potential and their purpose when they align wellness as the main key to their becoming. So if that's your jazzle, all that kind of good stuff, you know where it's at. Now, I'm so excited to be here because I love reading cards. I love to pull spiritual cards. I'm very intuitive, very, very intuitive, especially being on this plant-based journey. So yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm back. And I'm sorry for those who missed my messages and whatever else, but I'm here and I'm back. Like I says, sometimes you just got to take a step back, get your thoughts, and start again. So let's get straight into it for a very, 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 very quick one. Energies are litany. So this full moon in Pisces is for the 7th of September. I'm sure it can apply. Quite frankly, I don't like putting times onto things because we ain't even living the correct time at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've heard mixed messages, what do I know? But I've heard mixed messages of, how many years we're behind or forward. And I don't have a clue. But what I do know is the full moon in Pisces, and this reading is done for the 7th of September. But whenever you're hearing this, just take what resonates and whatever doesn't apply, let it fly, because I believe that messages are timeless. There's no time put to it because you can't contain the universe. So why would anything else be contained? Makes sense, doesn't it? All right, let's get straight into it. So, full moon in Pisces, the message that you forgot is to forgive. So let's break down the Pisces energy. Pisces are the influencers, and Pisces are the very intuitive water sign energy. Okay, they are the deep emotional beings. They are ultra sensitive, whether you're male or female, because we don't do sexes and whatever else. But for the women listening to this, obviously we've got both, just like everybody else. But Pisces energy is very mystical. They're very deep, emotional. They feel things with the core. And if you look at the fishes are basically naked. There is no shell to protect them. A fish is just bare skin. That's all you see. If you're gonna punch, I won't say punch, but come on, if you was to hurt a fish, there's nothing to really protect them. It's just the naked body that you see. So they're very vulnerable. They're very sensitive. They're very deep. Very emotional. They're very watery, very free flowing. They get lost in their own dreams, their own creativities, and their daydreams are so deep. They feel things, they receive information, they feel things on a deeper intuitive level, a level that sometimes we can't even comprehend. Like, they will go to the depths when it comes to their feelings and their emotions. But they are the signs that have the most caring and compassionate and loving heart of them all. Like, a Pisces will go out of their way to make sure that you come first. When you compare a Pisces to like a Aquarius is about humanity. Okay, Aquarius is about humanity, but it's about bringing truth, it's about bringing knowledge, about bringing wisdom, it's about bringing all that kind of good stuff. When we look at the Pisces is very similar. The Pisces wants to bring is about the people, right? But they feel things on a deeper level, like emotionally. Like, when the Aquarius is in their head and thinking and they're receiving, the Pisces is the empath. They're really deep, they're really emotional, they want to get to the root, they don't want to see any suffering or any pain. Like, they feel it all, that you can't, they take it all to heart. Now, the full moon is about, people use it for different things. Everyone has an opinion, but full moon is about always. Everyone has their own opinion. Full moon for me is about letting go, amplifying and letting go. So taking whatever that it was you had set your intentions on during the new moon, and looking at it and saying, right, Let's bring it into the full moon energy now. What has worked? What hasn't worked? Okay, then what do I need to let go of in order for this thing to work that's potentially blocking me from reaching my destinations and my goals, and for me to be the woman that I need to be? You know, um, because sorry, yeah, Pisces, my body, Pisces is real, as I say, it's really deep. It's deep. Think of the waters. The waters are up and down. They're very emotional. Could be seen as moody. One minute they're up, next minute they're down. Could be shallow. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's understanding how, when you are going through these different feelings and emotions at that given time, what is it that you need to release and let go? So the message that you've got here is the message to forgive, forgiving. Basically, you don't want to be sitting there playing victim to yourself, okay? Because you can go there. You can go into self sabotage mode. Pisces originally comes from the 12th house, and the 12th house is what I call the spiritual aid. It's the parts where we go within ourselves, and when we go within, we get lost in ourselves. It's the 12th house represents basically self-sabotage. It represents our karmic past. It represents the deeper aspects of ourselves. So that energy still applies to the Pisces, okay? They have that. When they go into that daydream land, they get lost in their own daydreams because they're going so deep into how they feel. It's a dream that takes them to another level. So subconsciously you are holding on to hurt and pain, okay, especially if this is pain coming from like a past life as well as what's happening in the future, because you can have past life hurts that does affect your present. You need to also remember this, that now is the time to surrender, evaluate, learn, and focus on moving forward in order to set yourself free. I feel like you spend so much time having yourself in the land of, whoa, look at me. I need validation. I am hurting. Why is no one's here to save me? I am stuck. That you haven't had chance to really forgive and move yourself on, because we can stick in a cycle where we're actually playing victim to ourselves, and we're stuck and we are heartbroken, everything is woe to me and life is working against me. But it's understanding that we need to forgive. And what does forgiving mean? Having empathy, right? Knowing that I am open to seeing both sides of a situation, seeing the situation from different perspective, because when we're seeing things from the one perspective that we perceive it as, we cannot understand it or comprehend anything else, because we only understand it from the perspective that we allowed ourselves to see it from. You can have two people that witness an accident, and through the lens of each of us, you can have two people that witness an accident, and through the lens of each person, right, you recall it and you see it and you received it differently. Do you understand me? So forgiveness is a massive part, and that falls into the Pisces letting go, because Pisces hold things on. They are empath. They feel energy. They feel the energy as if it is their own. When that energy then becomes a part of so-called them, because they can feel it, they don't know how to let it go. They stop there, thinking in their own brain, creating different scenarios, different understandings, and that is just where they are. They don't know how to move from that situation because they got into that deep, what we'd call self-sabotage zone. But you're being guided here during the full moon today that, listen, right, you need to start pouring back into yourself and have a bit of empathy and start to forgive yourself. You can't change what's happened, but you can move forward. You can set new foundations in place. You are very creative. You are very, very creative. You're you're dreamy. You're very dream-like creativity. So take take that pain, take that inner emotion, and dream it. Now it sounds crazy. Like, I was just dreaming. No. Because what I'm trying to say is this. Let's say, for example, you've been abused all your life, physically abused, right? That's all you dwell on, right? How can you take that state and dream that into a personal power of creativity where now you use it now to push yourself forward? Do you understand me? First, you've got to understand both sides of the situation. The person was a total jackass. They'll go for their own emotional hurt. I'm making this scenario up. They'll go for their own hurt, their own pain, their own traumas that they've now inflicted onto you, which you didn't deserve. Do you understand me? Whether you no, that part won't make any relevance actually. So yeah, I won't say that because that part won't make relevance. But the whole point is obviously to forgive. So whether or not now you can say to yourself that, you know, I forgive Forgiveness is going to take time, but you have to start with forgiving yourself first. You need to forgive yourself first in order to be able to forgive somebody else and in order to move on. That is you releasing and letting yourself go. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the massive healer. Now, you can't say, oh, I forgive and think that's it. No, it's not going to work. Forgive with a truthful heart. Again, it won't just happen overnight. It's going to take time. But you're saying to yourself that, you know what, it's okay, it's cool. It is cool because I know it's going to take time, but I'm going to put things in action from now. And it's being open, seeing things from two different sides, which is how you set yourself free. You release the blockage. So you're no longer just stuck in stagnant mode of self-sabotage. Whoa, look at me, I'm a victim, life's against me, da 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 da. I can't go any further in my life, I'm stuck where I am. No, once you start to understand from a different perspective and you forgive them, you can forgive them and still let them go. You now have the time to be free. Take yourself out of the box and focus on yourself. Remember, this energy is real empathic energy. This energy is vulnerable. This energy is easy to get caught in the wrong companies, in the wrong crowd without even trying, because they pull these type of energies to them because they naturally have the energy force to pull towards people that need healing. But not everybody needs your energy. So when you see it coming, it's time for you to work out who needs you and who doesn't need you. And then you just simply say, I forgive myself if I can't hold the space for these type of people, but I need to hold space for me first. There is ways that I can help other people without actually having them in my personal space to bring me down and bring me down to self-sabotage, because I know how deep I can get. These people are usually some people that can become addicts, right? This is real, like Pisces energy is the place where you become like an addict. You start turning to drinking, emotional eating, probably sex, anything to escape reality, right? You're tired of escaping. Stop escaping now. It's time to start forgiving and start facing things head on. Stop running or stop swimming away. So the energy for today is, for the full moon in Pisces, is to forgive yourself. It may sound like a bunch of waffle, but I've literally just channeled a lot of this come through and I'm feeling it in my heart. But pick what makes sense for you and understand it's the energy of releasing and letting go what no longer serves you. You are too, not a bad thing, but you are too loving and caring, where that sometimes works against you. Also, as well, this can be a sign as well to amplify yourself and embrace it. So it depends. Maybe you're a person that doesn't know how to really give that type of affection. Now's the time to amplify it and start holding space for others, okay, and putting other people's needs and feelings first. But again, within the balance of not drain your cup out. And it's probably on the other side of the scale where basically you're always giving, giving, giving. Sorry, all the time people take from you. Now's time to say, right, I need to release and let go. So this can play that either way, either which side. It all comes down to the energy of healing, releasing and letting go. And that comes from within when you forgive yourself. When you're stuck in that dreamland, dream yourself away of healing yourself, nurturing yourself and bringing yourself back to the full 100. I will catch you next time. Until then, love and light to you. Love you loads.